எனக்கா? வேணாம்.
Hello, sir.
Sir, shall we start the
Yes,
session?
sir.
Start பண்ணலாமா sir?
Start பண்ணலாம்.
Madam, okay, madam.
Warm greetings to all. Good afternoon, one and all present here. It's immense pleasure to welcome you all for 5 days faculty development program, the emerging trends in research and teaching technology. Today's International Faculty Development Program is organized by Department of Electronic Media, St. Thomas College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Chennai, India. It is a 5 days program from February 26 to March 1st, 2024. And our main goal of this faculty development program is to equip ourselves with the latest tools and technology strategies that will empower us to create dynamic learning. I encourage all you to actively participate, ask questions, share your experience, and enhance your professional growth. Before invoking this session, let us begin the session with a welcome address. I call upon our beloved head of the department, Dr. S. Ilango, to give welcome address to the gathering.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. Greetings from St. Thomas College of Arts and Science, Department of Electronic Media. It is a great pleasure for us to conduct this 5-day FDP with 5 subject experts in teaching. I am very happy and delighted to welcome you all for this 5th day session on the emerging trends in research and teaching technology in Zoom Meet. It is a great privilege for me to welcome our Honorable Secretary, Shri Biju Chako, for this session. I wholeheartedly welcome our Honorable Principal, Madam Dr. T.S. Prema, in this occasion. With pleasure and gratitude, I am welcoming our Vice Principals, Shift 1 and Shift 2, Dr. Jayakumar and Dr. Nagarajan. The Department of Electronic Media welcomes Professor C.P. Mathai, Dean College Affairs, Dr. Razul Zayabadi, COE, Dr. Naresh, Dean Research, Dr. Susan Abraham, Dean Women Study, Students Affairs, for this valedictory section of this FDP. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor to welcome all the heads of the department and teaching staff members of St. Thomas College. The department welcomes all the faculties, university professors from various colleges and higher education institutions worldwide. As it is the final session today, we, with blessings of God, welcome our resource person today, Dr. Sasikala Madam, Principal, Home College of Education, Sriperumbudur, Tamil Nadu, India. Welcome you, Madam. Today, Madam is going to enlighten us on teaching psychology, an evidence-based approach. Psychology and teaching are two different contextual topics in educational perspective. Teaching approach is an important area in society. I hope this session will definitely enlighten the research scholars, professors, and various faculties of the educational institutions. I once again thank the organizing committee, Department of Electronic Media, for the successful conduct of this program for the past 4 days. The 4 days session by different resource persons really gave us new avenue in research and teaching. To conclude, the 5th day session will also give you new insights in research, teaching, and psychology. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I'm extremely delighted to invite our Dean Research, Dr. Naresh, to give his valuable ideas and thoughts.
Good afternoon, those present here. So far, I would like to thank our Secretary, Vijay Chakko, our Principal, Prema Ma'am, Vice Principal, Jayakumar and Nagaraj sir, and Siddhi Mehta for the Dean Academy, and Head and Convener for this excellent event, Dr. Ilango sir, and also the faculty members belongs to the electronic media. And I give a special thanks to Sasikala Ma'am for honoring and making this event as a great success. The faculty development program is always the most useful for the teachers for enriching the knowledge, especially for updating and using of the latest technologies. So in this aspect, for the past 4 days, we are getting a lot of sufficient information, especially mainly the updating the requirement, what will be able to satisfy our students. on that basis will be the nowadays it will be the most important topic, I think, in my point of view, because the psychology nowadays the students they don't know how to mindset, that is they don't know how to tackle the situations and problem, all the things. So in the situation, if you are going to learn from that expert, means it will be more useful for our faculty members to address our students regarding these issues and all of the things. I think it will be a more wonderful session. Once again, I will thank the electronic media teams for arranging a wonderful topic of this 5 days workshop, and also special thanks to Yoga for 5 days study. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words and blessings. Now it's time to introduce our guest for today. It's an honor to introduce our distinguished guest, Dr. V.H. Sasikala, an achiever in field of education whose academic journey was significant and contribute, and she has an indelible mark on the domain. Dr. V.H. Sasikala, an outstanding academic record, she has secured the 4th rank in M.Ed education and 2nd rank in M.Phil education. With a wealth of experience, Dr. V.H. Sasikala has served as a convener for the practical examination of renowned institutions such as Nazareth College, PSG College, AVS College, Dhanam College of Education. Additionally, she is a member in granting continuation of provisional affiliation to institutions like CSA College of Education Madurai, TVM College of Education, which reflects a dedication towards academic community. In 2022, Madam was honored with the Best Teacher Award from TNTEU for her dedication and excellence in teaching. She also participated as a guest speaker with the Virtual Faculty Development Program on the Psychology of Teaching and Learning Process at St. Thomas College of Arts and Science. Beyond the classroom, her contribution extended to participate and present a paper in international conferences and seminars. She also published a lot of papers in esteemed journals. Some of her papers are Internet Usage Among B.Ed Trainees at Mother Teresa University and Role of Media in Education at DIET, Tirur, demonstrated a committed to advancing the knowledge. We are extremely warm to welcome Dr. V.H. Sasikala, Principal, Home College of Education, to this 5 days faculty development program. We eagerly anticipate benefiting from her valuable insights and experience during our time together. On behalf of Department of Electronic Media, St. Thomas College of Arts and Science, Chennai, we welcome you, Madam. It's privileged to welcome our guest for today, Dr. V.H. Sasikala, to take over the session on the topic Teaching Psychology and Evidence-Based Approach. Ma'am, we welcome you, ma'am.
Respected principal, respected HODs, respected teaching and non-teaching staff, respected organizing committee members and coordinators of Department of Electronic Media of St. Thomas Arts and Science College, respected participants, respected other dignitaries, a pleasant afternoon to one and all. It is my great pleasure to meet you all on this wonderful platform of faculty development program, and to be a part of this and to render all my knowledges which is applicable for our current classroom environment. I feel it is really a very great pleasure for me to take part. And the topic which they have given for my today's session is teaching psychology and evidence approach. So before entering into our today's session, I would like to share with you one small message. We all know that Japanese main course of food will include fish. So fish is the mandatory menu, or it would be a main menu which would be there in the Japanese food. So Japanese love fresh fishes, and when you take their locality, the availability of this fresh fish is very rare. And the fishermen of that particular place, they have decided to go for deep sea fishing, and they have captured a variety of fishes and made and they distributed to all the Japanese people. And after some time, the Japanese people they have raised a complaint that the fish which they have which they have received from fishermen was not so fresh, and it is not so tasty too. And this is the complaint they have received from the Japanese. Again, the fishermen, they were thinking like anything. They were totally confused what to do and how to solve this problem. Again, they got up with another idea. They have carried that freshwater tank in all the ship, in all the boat which they have taken for fishing. So in all the boat, they have fixed that freshwater tank, and they went for fishing. And again, they have captured many fishes, which of different. They have got different varieties, and they have distributed the same to the Japanese people. Again, the same complaint was raised by the Japanese people, and they was totally disappointed. Like how we are going to tackle this situation, how we are going to fulfill the expectation of the Japanese our people, like that they were wandering here and there. They couldn't get a proper solution for that. And they got one brilliant idea. They decided, what they have done is, they have decided to drop one alive small shark in all the freshwater tank which they are taking for shipping. Likewise, in all the ship, in that freshwater tank, they have dropped that alive small shark, and they took that boats for shipping, boat for fishing. As a result of that, like first and second time, this time also they have captured a lot of fishes, and they have brought to their people, and they have distributed among the people. And finally, they have got feedback from the Japanese. Like instead of raising a complaint, this time they have praised a lot, and they have thanked all the fishermen. The secret behind this is actually the fishermen, which they have dropped that small shark into that water tank. No, it made all of the fishes to be active. See, like if all of the fishes fail to be active, it would become a prey for that small shark which is there in all the water tank. So likewise, what is the secret behind that is likewise, even in our practical life, or even in our practical classroom situation, this activeness is very much important, or else we'll become a prey for others. Prey for others in the sense, we are in the competitive world, and if you want to lead this world successfully, of course we have to be active, or else we'll become a prey for that a shark. So likewise, all the teacher educators, or all the mentors, they have to possess that quality of imbibing a great things, imbibing a great knowledge among the students. If they want to imbibe the maximum knowledge, or if they want to make their classroom environment very effective, they have to know the secrecy of this secret ingredient, psychology. Psychology is a secret ingredient which will surely make your delivery of classroom session very effective. So every one of us should make sure that whether we are implementing, or whether we are infusing this psychology component or psychology aspect in our regular classroom situation. Whatever might be the subject, we might be expert in Tamil or mathematics, English, physical science, or biological science, or whatever might be the subject. Still, we have to try to infuse this psychology based knowledge in our routine classroom environment, to make that classroom session very interactive. And now I'm going to share my slides which is related to today's topic. So the topic which they have given is teaching psychology and evidence-based approach. So teaching, when we utilize this psychology component or psychology aspect in our regular classroom situation, surely that the classroom environment would be very interactive. And before entering into this, we should know, first of all, what is psychology. We all know that psychology is nothing but it is a study of mind and the psychological aspects of an individual. And psychologists here, they play a prominent role, like they have to actively engage in studying and understanding the understanding individual mindset. Okay, my individual mindset in the sense their mental process, brain aspect, and all these things would be included. Mental process in the sense their level of thinking, creativity, and how they are perceiving, in what way they are dealing that situation, and how they are expressing themselves in their particular circumstances. So these are the thing would be these are the thing would be included in the mental process, and based on that the prediction would be done about the characteristics of an each and every individual. Here a psychologist role is very prominent, and it is a vital thing which is required to give a conclusion, or we have to do the changes or requirements as per that. And next to that is, what is teaching learning process? This teaching learning process is nothing but transformation process. So transformation in the sense here, knowledge would be transferred from teacher to the student. And if this transformation has to be meaningful, the teacher has to keep in our mind in what way she is going to imbibe those skills to the classroom situation. So before presenting the content to the students, we have to select that method of transformation, and also we have to keep in our mind the IQ level of an individual, which is very much mandatory to bring the maximum outcome from the student side. And next to this is a teaching learning model. This is the normal model which we used to use in all our regular classroom environment. So first one is, we all know that it is nothing but listing all the learning objectives. As per that learning objectives, instruction would be given, and self-learning would be done by the students. And to maximize their learning output and to get a familiarity with the content what we are delivering, the teachers have to give learning activities like seminar, symposium, and interaction exercises and practices. So these are the some of the activities which we can give to the students to maximize their output from the student side. And after delivery, that is first one is listing the learning objectives, and accordingly we are presenting our content and we are giving drill to the student. And finally, this is the crucial part, evaluation. So we'll be evaluating their output, like to what level they have understood, whether they have understood properly the content, whether they are able to apply the same in their current scenario. So these are the part will be done in evaluation part. And based on that, we'll be giving feedback in the form of scoring. Like out of 100 marks, how much they are getting, like 80 marks or 40 marks, 50 marks, whatever it is, we'll be giving their output. We will be evaluating output and we'll be giving scoring for the same. And of course, we have to give feedback based on their performance. Like if they are average performer, in what way we can strengthen the same, in what way we can enhance their output. Likewise, we can give us a suggestion, and remedies we have to do it for the same. So this is there are plenty of teaching learning models. Still, this is the basic model which every one of us will be using in our regular classroom environment. And next thing is, we should know what is the relationship between teaching and learning. And teaching and learning is nothing but, so from teacher side, a teacher would be sharing the knowledge and student would be acquiring the knowledge. If the sharing and acquirement phase has to be effective,
Ma'am, sorry for the interruption. Can you maximize the PPT into full screen, ma'am, so that
I have done
everyone
like
can
this
read
only,
it?
ma'am. I maximize the screen.
But here it's
Can you press F5, ma'am, so that it will be in the full screen mode?
full screen mode. F5.
F5.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I have
Yes,
to
sir.
press F5 alone, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you see a cup like symbol at the bottom, ma'am? Can press that also.
F5 only I'm pressing here.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
slideshow. Ma'am, from the current side, second, this one, ma'am. Towards the left corner, you can see from the current slide option.
Towards the left corner. No, actually it is in full screen only, sir, for me.
Okay, ma'am. Here it's,
See,
we can
like,
say,
see, like only this slide is visible for me. Other things, the option which is there in my slide presentation, no, that and all not there. Only if I give that escape option, I'll be going back. Shall I go
Sure.
back and come again?
yes, ma'am. Just give a try now.
Okay. It's not moving. That cursor is not working for me. Is there any other way?
Ma'am, can you see at the bottom there is three symbols, no? Grid and one cup kind of symbol.
Near
If you press that,
67%. Near 67%.
near 67%. Can you see that cup kind of symbol, ma'am? At
Yeah,
the
ma'am.
bottom. You just click that, ma'am.
No, I don't know. That cursor is not at all moving, pa.
Ma'am, if you see in the taskbar, then you can able to do this.
Which one, ma?
जहाँ आपका 67% आ रहा है, आप उसी के आगे
Yeah,
उसको
yeah. There I couldn't move my cursor. Previously, before sharing my screen, I was able to, that cursor. I was able to move, but even if I move, it is not moving. That arrow mark would be there, no? That has to go there, no? To touch that one. Now only I've kept in this norm. Full. I've come out from this. What is that? Full screen. Previously, I was in full screen only. It's not at all moving.
Is there one? Can you go back and start again, ma'am? Like giving escape so that you can go to the actual screen. Then again you can start
No,
the
actually,
slideshow.
I came out like that only. Pa. I gave escape, and then right now only I mean actually, what is that? It is not in slideshow. It is actually now in before slideshow we will be seeing all that slides. No, like that I'm able to see now all the slides. Previously, it was not like that. No, even I couldn't mute my audio and video too. What is the reason? Or else shall I proceed with the same?
Madam,
Yes.
you can proceed, madam. You can
Yeah.
proceed.
Okay. Okay. See. Few minutes back we were discussing regarding this what is the relationship between teaching and learning. So teaching and learning is nothing but teaching is actually sharing knowledge, and acquiring is actually, wait, now I'll share, sir. I couldn't move my cursor. Whether my slides are visible?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. You share again.
browser மூவ் மாட்டேங்குது என்ன பண்றது?
மேம் ஆக்சுவலா அங்க பாட்டம்ல கீழ அந்த டாஸ்க் பார்ல அந்த 67% இருக்கு இல்லையா மேம், அது பக்கத்துல ஒரு குட்டி
அதுதான் பசி லைக் அந்த கர்சரை நம்ம அந்த ஏரோ இருக்கும்ல அதை எடுத்துட்டு போக முடியல என்னால ஏரோ அப்படியே நிக்குது.
மேபி மவுஸ் ஏதாவது டிஸ்கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கா என்னன்னு
மவுஸ்
தெரியலையே.
இல்ல ஆக்சுவலி மவுஸே இல்ல. மவுஸ் இல்லாம நம்ம லேப்டாப்ல அப்படியே நம்ம இது பண்ணுவோம் இல்லைங்களா,
ஆ ஆ
அந்த மெத்தட்ல தான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
சரி மேடம், நீங்க வந்து ஒன்று பண்ணுங்க. இப்போ நீங்க மகேஷ் இப்போ அவங்க வந்து லேப்டாப் வெளியே போயிட்டு வர முடியுமா அவங்கள?
எஸ் சார், எஸ் சார்.
சரி மேடம்,
சார்
நீங்க
இல்லன்னா
வந்து
லேப்டாப்ல
வெளியே
புரியல.
லேப்டாப் ஒரு ரீசெட் பண்ணிட்டு வந்துருங்க.
இல்லைன்னா மேம் பிபிடி எனக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணீங்களா?
பிபிடி முகமது சாருக்கு ஷேர் பண்றேன் நான் வாட்ஸ்அப்ல.
ஓகே
பண்ணுங்க.
மேம், ஷூர்.
ஷேர் பண்ணிருக்கேன் சார்.
ஓகே மேடம். மகேஷ் ஷேர் பண்றாரு, ஷேர் பண்ணி.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Next slide, sir. Yeah. So, shall I?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can continue.
Yeah. So so far we were last subtopic was actually relationship between teaching and learning. So when you take this teaching and learning, teaching is nothing but sharing knowledge, and learning is nothing but acquiring knowledge. So if this sharing and acquiring phase has to be in a maximum level, the teacher has to follow all the three stages successfully. First one is planning, and second one is strategizing and presenting. So planning in the sense the content as per the objectives, how we are going to deliver the content. So we have to plan for that. We have to do the organization properly, and how we are going to deliver, and what kind of teaching aids or teaching methods we are going to use for that session. And next to that is strategy, approach or method which we are going to handle in that classroom environment. Apart from this regular chalk and talk method or lecture method, we have to see what are the other methods we can implement in the classroom environment to make that session even more interesting. And finally, after planning and strategizing, we are coming to this presentation part. This is a very crucial part where we'll be delivering content. And while we are delivering the content, we have to keep in our mind, we all know that the classroom won't have a same level of IQ level. It would be a combined IQ level. The combined IQ level in the sense, it is actually mixed grouping, like below average, average, above average. Likewise, mixed grouping would be there. So we have to fulfill the requirements of all the level of IQ students, and it should be very challenging, and it should be very interactive for the student side. And next to this relationship between this teaching and learning, we are going to see why psychology is important in this teaching learning process. See, when you take this psychology, this psychology gives a teacher, makes a teacher to gain a deeper knowledge or insight about the students' need, strength, challenges, and their other weakness too. And accordingly, we can give a solution for the students' development. Besides that, it also helps the teachers to understand a students' cognitive capacity and information retention ability. Here, cognitive capacity and information retention ability is very much important. See, like before conveying or before presenting the content to the students, we have to see their fundamental, whether they have reached a fundamental level. without knowing about their acquired level, if we go for further teaching or advanced level of teaching, it won't give you maximum benefit or maximum output from the student side. So it is the mandatory, it is actually teachers' duty to see the cognitive capacity of an individual, and also the information retention ability. Information retention in the sense like how much they are able to grab, how much of information they're able to grab and store, and they can recall the same thing in their present context. So these two aspects we have to keep in our mind before delivering or sharing the information to our students. And coming to the components of this psychology, these two set of components, that is motivation and feedback. This is the first set of components I have given here for a better understanding. So actually this session is not actually going to teach anything else new for us. Just it is going to recapitulate or revise from our side, and it can be a checklist for you whether we are utilizing all this component in our regular classroom environment to make that session even more interactive. As I said earlier, this is the first set of component I've given for this psychological aspect. So while we are doing motivation, there is actually we can call this motivation and feedback as a two side of same coin. Like motivation would be given in the before the delivery of the content, before teaching, okay, and the feedback actually we all know that it would be done after teaching. So these two component has to be handled by the concerned mentor effectively. So when you take this motivation might be of in any form. It is not like a normal lecturing or delivering content to the student. So we can try a different method like asking questions, or we can narrate any interesting stories, or we can ask the student to share their personal experience if it is related to that topic which we are going to handle. So this motivation part is very, very prominent. And why we are doing motivation, that is very much important. See, actually, we couldn't tell that everybody would be attentive while we are taking class. To grab the attention or to enhance the attention level of the students only, we are doing this motivation part. So this part is very, very important, and we have to be very focused what kind of activity or what kind of thing we are going to see, whether we are going to tell stories or sing a song, or we are going to tell any autobiography or any relevant incident, or from our personal experience also we can share. That should be for 3 to 4 minutes, not more than that. If it goes beyond that, then it will affect your presentation, what you are about to deliver in that session. So we have to make ourselves planned that first 3 to 4 minutes is meant for motivation, and next 20 to 25 minutes is meant for delivering the content, and finally coming to the feedback. So that is very, very important. And when you take this motivation and feedback part, the words which we are using to prize the students, the words which we are delivering to the students to give commands about their performance will speak a lot. So we have to use more of positive words, and the words which you are going to express, or which you are going to tell for your students to motivate or feedback. It should strengthen their regular input. Okay, so in such a way we have to plan our thing. And when you take this motivation and feedback, it is actually three-way interaction. A three-way interaction in the sense we all might be knowing that it is a regular thing which happens inside the classroom, teacher, student, and the subject matter which they are going to deliver. And there should be a lot of rapport and collaboration between the two, teacher and the student. Without any rapport, if we deliver the content, it won't give you a fruitful result. So there should be a lot of rapport, and it should be student centered. And we have to see that whether we are kindling the curiosity level and cooperativeness of the students. And wherever we need to give, when we are raising any question to our students, we have to see that whether we are giving a timely feedback to our students. Even if the answer is impartial, if the answer is wrong, we should not tell. It has to be started from positive, and slowly we have to tell where they are lagging, and it has to be given in a regular phase, and it should surely give a positive effect. And regarding this, I would like to narrate one small incident. See, like there was one rich man. Okay, so that rich man asked his shepherd, a shepherd boy, to go and get two good parts from the sheep. Immediately, that boy went and brought sheep's goat and heart. And again, the same rich man asked that shepherd, that small boy, to go and get another two bad parts from the sheep in the sense goat. Again, that boy went and brought same heart and heart. Okay, heart, and one more is actually ear, heart. And see, like one is, for the first time he brought the same two part, and second time also he brought that same heart and tongue. Okay, see that rich man inquired him, what is the reason why for both times. For the first time he has to bring two good part, and for the second time he has to bring two bad part from the same goat, from the another goat. Okay, so for the first time he brought that tongue and heart from the one goat, and second time he brought same heart and tongue from the another goat. And while he was inquiring regarding that, what is the reason why that boy, that shepherd, has brought twice the same heart and tongue? And the reply given by that boy was, see, this tongue and this heart plays a major role in our real life. Okay, so that shepherd was actually he's a great personality. Okay, so Akim is that a great personality, and you might be knowing well about that. So in his earlier age itself, he was very much clear that this heart and tongue speaks a lot to the personality. So even in a real contest, if we want to be successful in any profession, not only in teaching profession, in any profession, if we want to be successful, we should know where we have to use our tongue and heart properly. So, and mainly when we come to this teaching profession, the words which we are going to utter in front of the students and heart. So whatever words which comes from the bottom of the heart, it should create a positive impact and positive effect from the student side. So as a teacher, we should keep in our mind this heart and mind plays a major role in creating a positive impact among the students. And next, coming to the second set of components is organization and presentation. And coming to this organization, whatever the content we are going to deliver, it has to be organized from simple to complex. We all might be knowing that even when we even when we are going to use any questioning session in motivation part, we have to move from a familiar part to unfamiliar one, or known to unknown, or concrete to abstract to concrete. So they likewise, we have to have that organization, then only we'll have a positive interaction or positive attention from the student side. And next to that is, before delivering or while we are organizing, we should know that the conceptual understanding of the students, the content or the subject or the topic which we are going to deliver, will it reaches the student, will it goes with their IQ level. So these are the aspects we have to see before knowing about their fundamentals. If we go for the next level of teaching, then it won't make you to reach the attainment what you want to. And while we are doing this organization, we have to think about this visual part, audio visual parts, which makes the session even more meaningful. As a regular thing like a chalk and talk method or a lecture method, the teacher or concerned mentor will be speaking and she will be delivering the content. It might and student will be playing only the passive role. Okay, to avoid that one and to make the session more attractive and more active, we have to give more focus for this visual support too. And presentation. When in coming to the presentation, if we do this organization in a correct way, and automatically that would be revealed in presentation part. So in presentation, while we are going to explain any new topic or unknown topic to our students, we should make them clear what for we are reading, why why we are reading, how we have to implement in our regular life, in what way it is going to be beneficial to our routine life. Likewise, we have to give the importance of the topic which we are going to deliver instead of asking them to note down what we are going to teach. So it should be a judicious combination of all the methods. Like as I told you earlier, we are practicing. Still, it is going to be a checklist only for us. Okay, we have to see it whether we are implementing all the methods. That is like if today if you are doing lecture method for another topic, if you feel that a group discussion would be good, means we can go for group discussion. Or if you feel that this the topic would be very familiar to the students, means we can go for seminar method. Or if we are going to if they want to discover something else new, means in that case we can go for project method. So likewise, the teacher should have that skill of selecting a correct teaching method to imbibe knowledge among the students. And the next component is individualization and the mental imagery. See, individualization and mental imagery are next set of components which will create a greater impact in the learning aspects or learning outcome of the students. And individualization, here I want to tell you one thing which is happening in our routine life. We can tell this, we can take this pizza. Everybody interested, everybody will like to have pizza as their snacking, or some of them are taking it as a main course. Okay. And when you order any pizza like that, so you'll be getting that pizza in a box. Okay, when you take that box, it would be in a square shape. Okay, when you take pizza out of that box, it would be in a circle shape. And when you take one piece from that circle, it will become a triangle. Likewise, there is no individual uniform. Okay, there are a lot of uniqueness. Okay, we can see uniqueness among each and every individual. Every individual is unique. As a mentor, we have to first of all understand that it is they are unique. You may select what is that, a group discussion, and you may think that this group discussion will help them a lot and all the students will understand the concept. Surely they will understand that concept like that, you may think. Okay, but it is not like that. So before selecting any teaching method to our students, we have to see that whether it will fulfill the requirement. It will fulfill whether the teaching objectives will reach all the students. And so we have to keep in our mind, every individual is unique, like a pizza. Okay, so every individual is unique. And the teaching method, see, we couldn't use what to say, for each one of them one method. Okay, like we have to see that to maximum level to which method would be applicable, which method would be interactive. Likewise, we have to plan before presenting the content. And next to that is individualization can also be called as a differentiation. And before choosing or selecting the method for presenting the content, we have to do the groupism. Groupism in the sense mixed grouping. We see like a few teachers know they are very much interested to go mixed grouping. See like if they are forming a 3 to 4 teams, means they will see that it would be in a mixed grouping. Like average, below average, and above average students, likewise, they will make a grouping. So we have to do a proper grouping. In all the groups, we have to see that whether all the IQ level of students are available, so that they will have that team spirit, and students, those who are slow learners, they will be getting help from the, or that above average student will be supporting them. So that groupism has to be done. The grouping the student is very much important. And we have to, as I said earlier, we have to choose that correct method of teaching. Only when we choose that correct method of teaching, it will reach the level which you want to acquire your students in your real classroom situation. So if you fail to do this grouping and tailoring in the sense, here we are not going to stitch any cloth. Here we are going to choose a correct teaching method. Okay, first one is grouping, and second one is choosing a appropriate teaching method. Okay, when we fail to do this, we will be having a counterproductive effort. Counterproductive effort is nothing but we couldn't get that output, that is positive output from the student side. You might have given a lot of input, a lot of knowledge to your students. Likewise, there should be a lot of output from student side also. Knowledge acquirement from student side also should be good. Then only that teaching process is going in an efficient way. Okay, if it is results in, like if you have given a lot of input and if output is not there, then it would be called as a counterproductive effort. Okay, and here the Pavio has given that, see, the same method of teaching or same method of approach will not work for all the learners. Recently, recent research findings tells that there are nearly 9 type of learners, like visual, those who, that is, they'll prefer to, or they will like to learn something else visually. Kinesthetic means learning by doing. Auditory, stress, easy, scribble, trust, and teach, copy. So these are the different types which is there in types of learning or types of learner. So when you take this types of learner, previously it was 6, now it has come for 6. The recent findings shows like that. So previously 6 type of learners were there. Now we have 9 types of learner. So we have to see that under which type of learning those students are coming. So accordingly, we have to give, even after the giving that general instruction, like as I said earlier, for each and everybody, we can't give a separate type of learning. In that case, we have to do at least groupism, and we have to make sure that whether they are gathering or acquiring knowledge from the source what we want to from the source what we want to convey. So this is about this individualization, and this mental imagery speaks about that. Okay, mental imagery in the sense we have to see under which type of learning our students are coming. So they fond of visual means, then we have to go for visual. We have to give visual experience to the students. If they're fond of doing things means, then we have to go for kinesthetic experience, kinesthetic way of teaching. If they are fond of auditory means, we have to go for auditory. We have to give auditory experiences to the students. So mental imagery is nothing but what type of learning or what type of experience, learning experience we are going to give for our students. And comprehension and mental contrast. Okay, this is the another set of component which is required for our effective teaching. See, comprehension is nothing but the input what we are giving, what we are planning to give to our students. Like, so as I told earlier, we have to see the cognitive level, cognitive structure of the student. We have to see that whether they have reached that fundamental level, whether whether they are in the position of curiosity to acquire what we are going to give newly to the students. So that comprehensible input, it should be always very light in the sense we have to deliver the concept. We have to deliver the concept, but it should not make the student to feel very pressurized. Okay, the way we are teaching to the student, it should trigger their further learning. Okay, so in such a way, the input what we are giving to the student should be very simple. At the same time, it should convey the content what you are about to what you are about to give. Okay, so that is comprehensible input, means the input should be according to the level of students, knowledgeable level of students. And simple language means the audience or the student, those are going to deliver the content. We have to see their language proficiency, whether they are able to communicate, how, in which language they feel very capable, in which language they are able to understand the concept. So we have to decide the language first of all, whether it would be good with going with the first language or with the second language. That we have to decide. If it is in a second language, we have to be very focused whether the language or the wordings which we are going to use to our students is easy for them to understand. So that is simple language. And next to that is familiarity. Familiarity in the sense, here we have to see that whether they are capable to handle, or whether they are capable to grab the content which you are going to deliver to your students. So as I said earlier, if they are not familiar with the concept or idea which you are delivering, surely that attention level will be very low. To avoid that, when we always should move from known to unknown. So when we move from in that direction, surely it will help you a lot to get a meaningful learning or meaningful learning output from the student side. And while we are using this questioning, now coming to this mental contrast. So in content comprehension, these three things we have to keep in our mind. So first one is it should be very comprehensible unit. The input what we are giving should be very light. At the same time, it should deliver the deliver the knowledge what you want to convey. And language, speaking to language is actually, it should be very simple, and it should be very familiar. We have to move from simple to complex. And see, like it depends on the level what we are choosing. So like from rule to illustration or illustration to rule. Okay, that we have to plan it perfectly before delivering the same to the students. And while we are asking question, coming to this mental contrast, while we are asking question, we have to see their level of that. The way of asking question should trigger them, should trigger their involvement. Okay, see, as soon as when we start answering, we start questioning to our students, we are not supposed to go for what to say, high order questioning like that. Okay, we have to start from the low order questioning, and that too, while we are asking question, we have to give more focus for the below average students and average students. Okay, so we have to encourage them. Our questioning should be like that. Okay, so we have to focus from even in questioning, but not only for teaching, we have to move from familiar to unfamiliar. Even for questioning also, to encourage the students in a good way, we have to move from familiar to unfamiliar questions. Like we can ask knowledge oriented question. Knowledge oriented question means for those questions, the students would be giving a reply without any thinking. So that type of question would be called as a knowledge oriented question. So like what is the color of the board? Immediately they can tell the answer black. Okay, so knowledge oriented question would be asked initially, and slowly we can go for application oriented or skill oriented questioning. So when we do this type of when we use this technique, surely we can know about the level of progression, to what level they are, to what level they are, where they are lagging from, how we are going to improve their thing. Okay, when we'll be knowing all those things? Only when we ask questions or only when we do evaluation. So this level of progression is based on the attainment level of an individual. Okay, so where the questioning also should be followed, the questioning also should be done from simple to complex or familiar to unfamiliar. And while we are asking question, or while we are speaking with the students, we have to use that contradictory words or contradictory information. Say for instance, when you take this teaching profession, instead of questioning and answering, we'll be using the word stimuli and response. Okay, so stimuli means what? Questioning. And what is the response? Answering. So this the same set of questioning, stimuli and response, when you use for any other professional student, or for the school level student, they will get confused. So the questioning which we are raising should not confuse the student, or it should not create that contradictory to the thing what they have learned. Okay, it should not affect what they have learned already. Okay, so the previously learned knowledge should not get affected due to this new learning. So this new learning and this previous learning or is past experience should not get it should get gel, it should get mingled. In such a way we have to deliver the thing. It should not create any confusion, and such a type of questioning we have to avoid it. So these are the things which comes in this mental contrast. So we have to keep this in our mind while asking questions, or while we are delivering the content. We have to be very particular about it. And next to this is this set of component is also very much important for this effective teaching. One is self-directed learning, and another one is team dynamic. Okay, self-directed learning, it's not like this normal lecture method or a demonstration method like that. Here the learner will take entire control over his learning process. So here a lot of input would be given from student side rather than the teacher side. So the teaching which we are going to give to our students, it should kindle their self-directed learning. So it should be that organization and presentation of our teaching should kindle their self-directed learning. Only when they have this self-directed learning, they will go for further learning. Okay, the knowledge acquirement will get widened, or else it would be in the same position what we are giving in schooling and also in college level. So we have to see that whether we are triggering the self-directed learning of all the individual to the maximum level. And we have to monitoring. Here, the teacher's role would be like the teacher would be playing a passive role. Okay, passive role in the sense in self-director, as I said earlier, the student would be playing active role, and they'll be learning themselves. And when they need any guidance or direction, the teacher would be giving the same. Okay, the teacher would be simply monitoring their progress, and if there is any lagging in their progress, and she can give guidance then and there to strengthen their learning process. And next, coming to this team dynamic, this is also another vital aspect or vital skill which is required for our which is required for the future citizens. So we have to keep in our mind that that content, when we are conducting any classes or when we are delivering any thing, we have to see that whether we are giving a scope for all this type of learning, like a self-directed learning, team dynamic in the sense like forming a grouping, and they have to sit and do like a group projects, group discussion. So these are the things which we have to highlight in our routine classroom environment, because even when they go for any job, or if they go for any other higher studies, they are expecting more of this team dynamic or teamwork. So that we have to practice now itself. So beside giving our regular teaching, or beside delivering the content, we have to give focus for all these skills too. Okay, and this team dynamic, it is nothing but group contact. So group contact are giving respect for teamwork. Now few students, no, they would be very good in their academic. Okay, academic wise, the marks and all would be more than 80, 90, or even many students would be scoring center. But when you give any teamwork or a group work, they may not gel with the other students. Okay, they won't have that team spirit. Okay, but the team spirit is very much required to make the student to be very independent and to acquire that leadership quality. Of course, in all the professions, we expect all will expect, no, that is whether we are going for teaching profession or IT profession, wherever it is, they will expect we should possess that leadership quality. So this through this team dynamic activity, we can surely strengthen that leadership quality, and surely they will be an independent decision maker and independent role player. And through this group team dynamic or a group work, surely it will strengthen their well-behaved individuals, in the sense a few students, know, they won't mingle easily, and they may not able to interact, they won't speak to others, they will be very isolated, they will be very reserved. So these are the thing which will make them to go for that inferiority complex. So if you want to bring out the students from that inferiority complex, we have to give a lot of platform and stages for them even inside your classroom environment. Like after teaching any topic or any new areas to our students, we can select the students randomly, and we can give all this type of team dynamic aspect to the students. And child-centered education and growth mindset. Okay, this is another set of components which comes in that psychological aspect. We may have a confusion. What is the difference between this child-centered education and child-centered education and child-directed education? Okay. See, directed education in the sense their students would be playing active role, and they will be learning that is child directed learning is different from child centered learning. Student centered learning, in student centered learning, the teaching method would be changed. Like instead of this regular lecture method or demonstration method, the teacher will be going for some other project, like giving a project or giving assignment or giving seminar, or making the students to engage in group discussion. Okay, and asking them to reveal about the experience what they have acquired in lab. Likewise, we'll make the student to engage actively, okay, in student centered education. But in case of self directed learning, their learner will learn by themselves. Okay, there the teacher will be only monitoring their output. Okay, but in child centered education, it's not like that. Here the teacher objective would be fulfilled. Okay, like before entering the session, she might have planned that these are the areas, these are the side headings, these are the content I have to deliver to my students. But same, the content would be delivered, but method would be different. Okay, so here the child center means like as I said earlier, we can go for some other method instead of this regular lecture method. Okay, and next component which comes is the growth mindset. Growth mindset means here which kind of individual will have this positive growth mindset means the student those who like the self-centered education, or student those who are self-directed, so self-directed education, those kind of students will have a positive growth mindset. Okay, and you can easily see the differences between these category of people. No, actually when you take this growth, the positive growth mindset people, no, they will always will be very active, and their learning style, everything would be would be independent. See, like they need not give even they won't expect anything else from the student side. They will go for supplementary sources, and they will be learning by themselves, and they will be ready to face any challenges, and they will be a risk taker. Okay, so this positive growth mindset people will act independently. They need not and they will have this quality of leading the team successfully, like team leaders. No, mostly when you see that for all the classes we'll be having one in charge, like next to the concerned teaching staff or a class teacher, there will be one leader. When you analyze them, they will be having all this quality. They will make themselves voluntarily participating in everything. Okay, as soon as who is interested to do, they will be like academic wise and non-academic wise, they will be very good. Okay, and such a kind of growth mindset we have to stimulate. Okay? And for that we have to give platform for the students. Until they get a correct platform, they may not know what is their hidden talents. Only when they get a correct platform, they can express their ideas or views then and there. So this growth mindset is actually a important component, a psychological component, which is required for our present classroom scenario. And here, when you take this growth mindset, no, they won't expect this spoon feeding and all. Spoon feeding, no, the few students, they will expect that like after teaching, they want to summarize that, and they want to give it in a pointed form, and they need a repeated trial and error to get familiarity with the content what they have learned newly. But this student, those are having this positive mindset, they won't expect this spoon feeding and all. Okay, the spoon feeding will be totally neglected by that kind of personality, and they will be very much eager to learn from the real world. Okay, and these are the things which comes in that component which I have discussed in that. Okay, next slide.
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
So this component is actually, this is the growth mindset component is lagging among current scenario. When you take not only in schooling, even in college, those are completing their college level, they won't have, they are not having that much of sufficient growth mindset. We have to see that whether we are able to imbibe that, and we are making them to engage in such a type of activity to strengthen their positive growth mindset. Okay, so that is after completing their schooling and college life. Next to that is they are going to enter into the real life scenario. And if you want to face our current situation, they should be very practical person. Okay, like so whatever we are planning, it won't happen in our real practical real life. So even if the worst situation, if they are ready to face, they have to be ready to face even the worst situation. So whatever negative situation they are facing, they have to take it in a positive way. So such a thing have to be imbibed. Like we are not supposed to think that inculcating knowledge, that is inculcating subject oriented knowledge alone will make the student to win the current scenario. Apart from that, we have to teach them the practical thing and reality what we are facing in their world. Then only they can be a competitor to face all the challenges and they will be in a position where they have to be. So that lies in the hands of the mentor like us. So we have to see that, and we have to give more platform for all that thing, and we have to encourage them to participate in all the other academic and non-academic aspects. And non-academic wise or academic wise, we are conducting many, will be like within colleges, or they'll be having some inter colleges or competitions like that. We have to motivate them. Surely if we motivate in a such a way, their growth mindset would be gradually will improve in the positive side. So we have to do that. And next to this growth mindset, there is a component which plays way for their learning. That is actually consistency. And when you take this growth mindset, as I told you earlier, it is nothing but I can do anything, I can learn anything, I am capable, I am there, I'll be doing my work very effectively. So these are the confidence boosting words which will be there in the minds of the students. So when if anything goes wrong, they should not get fed up, they should not get frustrated. They should know what is the way to come out of that critical situation. Okay, so they'll be handling this student, those are having this positive growth mindset, surely will have that kind of mentality and quality which our society is expecting from the students. And next to that 3 R's. So these 3 components is also very much essential for our effective classroom. So review, revise, and reinforcement. As I said earlier, this reinforcement part is very, very important. While whenever when we deliver any content, or when we want to assess the understanding level of the student, you will be raising questions then and there. While we raise the questioning, answers would be from the student side. So as soon as when they give a reply, we have to give an immediate reinforcement or motivating words to the students. So while we are while we get any reply from the student side, we have to see that whether we are using positive words to encourage their interactiveness, to encourage their classroom attention. See, like if they are giving any partial answers or negative answers, we have to encourage them, or we have to give clue for them to complete their answers. Okay, instead of that, your answer is wrong, or this is not the right answer. If you give a reply, surely it will suppress their expression of their ideas. So instead of that, we have to go for positive reinforcement always. And when we do any when we teach any unfamiliar concept or ideas to our students, we have to see that whether we are recapitulating or revising then and there. Like you might have seen that in while when we construct any building or anything else like that, we'll be using brick and cement for constructing buildings. So we have to give some time for that brick and cement to get set, is it or not? Likewise, when we teach any new concept or ideas to our students, we have to see how it gets set, how that would be retained in the memory of the students. Only when we repeat the same thing, only when we recapitulate or revise the concept which you have taught newly, recently, we have to see that whether we have to give some time for them to set in their mind. So how it will get set in their mind? Only when you give enough revise and recapitulation, it will get set in their mind. And what is this? We may have a doubt. What is the difference between this review and revise? Okay, so review means actually recapitulating what you have taught. Okay, so for the past 25 minutes, I have taught this content. So these are the side headings. We have seen all these things. So like that, we'll be recapitulating. What is this revise? You might have heard about this revised edition. Okay, revise is different from review. Revise means actually, see, you'll be instead of this lecture method, if you have chosen group discussion method and you have delivered through that group discussion method, if you have delivered any content, if you have delivered any new concept to your students, we have to evaluate whether they have understood the concept or not, whether the content what you want to teach have reached the student when you used that group discussion. if that after evaluation, if you feel that the output which the student have secured is not sufficient, then we have to revise the method what you're going to teach. Okay, instead of this group discussion method, we can go for some other method like a seminar method. Okay, so that is the difference between review and revise. Okay, so review means recapitulating what we have taught. Okay, revises means we have to revise the edition, like see, like a first edition, second edition. This is a revised edition. We might have seen those words. No, revised edition means what? We are upgrading to the level of, we are upgrading the method as per the performance level of the students. Okay, so these are the three important R's we have to keep in our mind. First one is review, and the second one is revise, and third one is reinforcement. And next to that is anticipation and consistency. Okay, anticipation is nothing but we have to predict, we have to guess, okay, what would be like before, like as soon as when you do perfect organization planning, what is the next thing we'll be presenting to our students. So before presenting to our students, we have to see that what are the practical difficulty we'll be facing when we present the content to the students. So which method would be suitable for them. Okay, so for that particular class, I feel this lecture method would be suitable. I feel this group discussion method would be suitable. So if I use this group discussion method, what kind of practical issue or what kind of controversy students will face? So likewise, the teacher should have that skill of, the mentor should have the skill of anticipating the future happenings. Okay, that skill is very much important. And while I present this topic, while I present this topic newly to the student, and what kind of questioning will come from the student. So we have to anticipate all those things. So future happenings, okay, what is going to future, nearby future, that we have to keep in our mind. And accordingly, we have to plan and present our content to our students. Only when we do this anticipation correctly, we can fulfill the requirement of the students in our regular real classroom environment. And coming to this consistency, it is nothing but all the students should be treated equal. Okay, all the students should be treated equal in terms of our expectation, teacher and environment. Okay, consistency is nothing but what is this? We have to give a same treatment in the sense, see, today if they have got admission, and the same set of expectation means what is the expectation from the student side, what we are expecting as a mentor, what we are expecting from our side, and what is their expectation from their side should be made clear. Okay, only then that sense of security would be more among the students, and this will enhances our teacher learning rapport. Okay, consistency is must. That is why we used to tell that, see, like for the entire session, for that entire semester, for each semester we'll be having 6 months. For that entire 6 months, we expect the same teacher and same type of classroom environment and same treatment. Is it or not? So one day, first day, if one teacher is coming, and second day another teacher is coming, if we keep on changing that mentor, the students may not be in a position to fix their mind. So equal treatment should be given in terms of expectation. We have to make it clear for as a mentor, what is your expectation, what you're expecting from your student. Okay, and you too have to make it clear what is their expectation, where they are lagging. Okay, that we have to make it, that expectation is very much important. And we have to see that whether we are giving a same treatment all the days, like a same set of teacher, same classroom environment, and some same type of assessment. Okay, same type of assessment in the sense, I'm not asking you to go for same written test, oral test, like that. Okay, that assessment should be done periodically. Okay, that is what consistency. Consistency means what? Equal treatment for all the days throughout the entire year. If it is possible, we can give it for entire course. If it is not possible, at least for that particular semester, we have to give that that consistency should be there. And coming to this components, next set of components are repetition and deferred gratification. Okay, and when you take this repetition, I've told you, we all know that. Okay, so like immediately after motivating our students and presenting the content, any new content, we'll be repeating then and there. See, as a mentor, we might be knowing that what are the new terms or new ideas which we are going to imbibe. So when that new idea, new term has to be imbibed, or it has to be get familiarized by the students, we have to give repeated drill or practice for the students. Okay, only when we give a repeated drill or a practice, that unfamiliar thing will get familiarized to the student, and it will be easy for them to utilize the same in their real life context. And when you take this deferred gratification, it is nothing but before teaching any new topic or a new area to our students, we have to make it clear why it is important, in what way it is going to be beneficial for their real life context. Okay, so when we do this deferred gratification correctly to our students, surely we can maximize the attention level of the students. Of course, we all know that we all are human beings, a lot of fluctuation might be there. In spite of that, if you want to maximize the output from the student side, this component we have to try to utilize it. Okay, we might be utilizing that, still it is going to be a checklist for us whether we are utilizing that, whatever might be the topic, whether it is known topic or unknown topic, we have to start like this. Okay, in what way it is going to be, why it is important, in what way it is beneficial for that concerned classroom. And when you take this repetition, I would like to narrate one small thing. You all might have heard about Bruce Lee. Okay, he is a master, he is expert in karate. Okay, you might be knowing that. So once that expert Bruce Lee, he has been interviewed. Okay, the interviewer, he was asking many questions to him to inspire others. Usually, why we used to interview the mastery means it would be an inspiration for others, those who are striving for that position. Likewise, this Bruce Lee has been interviewed, and while he was interviewed, and that interviewer asked one question to him, like which type of competitor will threaten you most? Okay, who is very challenging for you? Which type of competitor would be challenging for you? This is a question raised by the interviewer. Okay, and immediately that Bruce Lee, he answered for that. See, if that a competitor has learned, if the competitor is well versed well versed in more than 10,000 technique in karate, it won't threaten me. Okay, that if that concerned competitor is well versed in 10,000 technique in karate, it won't threaten me, or it won't be challenging for me. Okay, if that concerned competitor has practiced one particular technique for 10,000 times, then that type of competitor will be a real challenger for me. Okay, so it will create me a more what to say, it would be more fearful for me. It will threaten me a lot. So this is the answer given by the Bruce Lee. So not only for his profession, even for teaching or for learning, if the student have to acquire that what to say, greatest platform, or if they have to reach that maximized level of learning, this repetition is very much important, that we have to make clear to the students. See, like we keep on giving input, and we can't expect how much of input we are giving will be in output form. Okay, so the input, as per that, if balance has to be there between that input level and output level, surely the teacher has to imbibe this component in the mind. So without repetition or without sufficient drill and practice, nobody can reach peak. So this point we have to make it clear. So this set of component will tell about that one only. Repetition and deferred gratification will play a major role in that.
Madam.
Yes. And last one is evaluation. Okay. And evaluation is the final phase of teaching learning process. As I said earlier, And the first part would be motivation, okay, and final and ending part would be what? Evaluation. And if that evaluation part is to be more effective, the teacher has to give that appropriate input, and output would be given by the students. And based on the any one of the evaluation technique, we might be see, like previously in ancient days we were using only written test and oral test for assessing the output of the students. Currently it is not like that, okay. Apart from this written test and oral test, many techniques have arrived in our what to say, in educational field, okay. The teacher should be very sound enough to utilize all the recent advancement which has come for evaluation process. And while we are doing evaluation, we have to do it very carefully, because based on that evaluation only we'll be giving feedback, okay. So evaluation means what? It is nothing but we are assessing the output, how much they have acquired, okay, how much they have acquired, okay. If their output is very low, or if their output level is not up to the mark what you have expected, in that case the teacher has to do adjustment in their teaching method, okay. The teacher has to do adjustment method means then she has to do this evaluation part very carefully. Unless if she do this evaluation part carefully, then the performance level of the students will not increase, okay. So we are teaching, we are choosing any one of the effective teaching methods. We are teaching to the students, and immediately after teaching we will be evaluating their performance. And evaluation will be given in terms of scoring, okay. And if the scoring proves that, if the scoring shows that they are very low, and nearly out of 50 students only 20 students have done well, only 15 to 20 students have done well, remaining 30 students have scored very low mark, means then the teacher has to change the teaching method, okay. And only the teacher changes the teaching method as per the result, then student performance in future would be raised, okay. And only when we do this, that would be called as a authentic assessment. Authentic assessment means simply we are utilizing the standardized evaluation method, won't be called as a authentic assessment, okay. Authentic assessment means what? We have to teach correctly, and we are giving input, and accordingly we have to see the output of the students by using a proper evaluation technique. And after evaluating, we have to see the output of the student. If output is not up to the mark, we have to adjust our teaching method. That kind of adjustment based on the output of the student would be called as what? Authentic assessment. So I feel that the components which help you all in our real classroom environment will surely make you a successful personality. And just it is actually a recapitulation session only. Already many of us might be using in our regular classroom situation. It is actually a checklist for us. Just you see that what are the components we are using at the utmost level, what are the components we have to strengthen more. Thank you one and all for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share some of my ideas on this wonderful platform.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your insights, and it was really interesting. Thank you for your valuable time, madam. As we come to the end of the session, I invite Professor S. Judy Anita to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Dear all, today I feel incredibly honored and privileged to have been allowed to extend a vote of thanks on this 5-day faculty development program, the emerging trends in research and teaching technology. I take this opportunity to first thank our today's resource person, Dr. V.H. Sasikala, Principal, Om College of Education, Sri Perambur, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, India. Ma'am, thank you very much for your valuable inputs on teaching psychology and evidence-based approach. Thank you very much. I'm sure that all the participants would have benefited from your valuable speech. Thank you very much once again. I, on behalf of my department, pass a warm thanks to our Honorable Secretary, Mr. Biju Chako, for his valuable support. Next, my sincere thanks to our respected principal, Dr. T.S. Prema, for unwavering assistance and direction for all of us. Then my heartfelt thanks to the respected vice principals of Shift 1, Dr. P. Jayakumar, and Shift 2, M.B. Nagarajan, for their timely support. I especially want to extend my thanks to our Dean, College Affairs and Chief IQAC Coordinator, Mr. Shubhi Matai, without whom such programs wouldn't be possible. It is truly impossible without his motivation. Then I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Controller of Examinations, Dr. M. Russell Jayapati, who is also a source of inspiration for us. Next, I would like to thank Dean Research, Dr. S. Naresh, for his valuable support. I take this opportunity to thank our Dean, Women Students Affairs, for her enormous support, Dr. Susan Abraham. I'm pleased and honored to thank our beloved head, Department of Electronic Media, Dr. S. Ilango, for his tireless efforts and support that he invests in everything that we do. Then I would like to extend a warm thanks to all the resource persons these days. Day 1, Dr. Arul Selvan, who shared his knowledge on a process approach to write research papers. Day 2, we had an eminent guest speaker, Dr. Andy Azrifan. Hello? Hello? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue, ma'am.
Thank you. So day 2, we had an eminent resource person, Dr. Andy Azrafan, who traced the effective teaching strategies and techniques. Day 3, it was Dr. Gopalakrishnan, TR, to talk about recent trends in research methods in social sciences. Day 4, our resource person was Dr. Muthumaina from Indonesia to speak on teaching methods to promote success in classroom. My heartfelt thanks to all these resource persons who have shared their knowledge with us these days in this grand faculty development program. Next, I'd like to extend a warm thanks to all the audiences for their significant presence in this 5-day FDP program. The professors, participants, research scholars, delegates from various institutions who have actually participated in our 5-day FDP program. Next, I'd like to thank the coordinators, Professor Esed Sheikh Mohammed and Professor Nirmala, for their tireless efforts in bringing up this FDP program. Then a special thanks to the organizing committee, Professor Parani, Professor Mahesh, and Professor Raj Kamal, and media committee, Professor M. Sasidharan, for their enormous support in organizing things. A heartfelt gratitude to the management, sub-staffs for their timely help in everything that we do. Thank you one and all who's been behind the success of this wonderful 5-day faculty development program. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Judy, ma'am. Thank you for your vote of thanks.
Thank you.
She is also a member of organizing committee. Kindly participants, switch on your camera for the photo session. Mahesh, done?
Mahesh, sir, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all the participants for making this event a grand success. Thank you all. Feedback link is dropped in the message box. You can fill the feedback link. Thank you for participating.
Certificate.
Thank you so much. And the e-certificate you will be